There's another one.
Stand.
Go for over there.
And Soben, if we can have the slides on the screens, I think that'll be fine.
I turned it on. Look, so where was the spider now? Check. That's a recording.
Hari Om.
Wait, are you
Hari
gonna
Om,
play it?
everybody.
Are you gonna play it?
Hari Om, everybody. We are here to present grades 4 and 5 together.
I'm Preeti Sitaraman.
And I'm Anu Sharma. We have taken care of 2 of the textbooks that were assigned to us. One was Krishna Krishna Everywhere, and the other one was 24 Teachers. In a little bit, Preeti will be giving you more details on 24 Teachers, but right here, we have a group of students that will be sharing a story out of Krishna's childhood to share their learning with you. Through the stories of Krishna's childhood, we in our class discussed humility and teamwork, helping and sharing with our community, and respecting the environment. But most importantly, controlling arrogance and ego. No other story of Krishna exemplifies the futility of ego that is based on preordained structures and false statures. So here we are presenting a story of Govardhana Mountain and the decimation of the ego of Lord Indra.
It was the rainy season in Vrindavan. The sun was smiling weakly behind dark clouds. Vrindavan, then a charming village, was transformed into a lush heaven with healthy greener vegetation and plenty of rain for the people. Everyone in the village was happy. Krishna woke up to loud sounds coming from the streets. Curious, he got up and peeked outside the window. A crowd had gathered before his house. Several men and women were sweeping the streets clean. The roads were being decorated with garlands and lamps.
Is it a festival today, or is anybody getting married, he wondered, but he couldn't remember any such occasion. He left his home to take a bath in the river. While coming back, he saw his father Nanda overseeing the men in the streets. Father, what is happening on the streets?
The Gopalas are preparing to worship Lord Indra by doing a yagna, said Nanda. This year there has been generous rainfall. Everybody is happy with the fertile crops. Since Indra is the god of rains, we should thank him for being so gracious in his blessings and ask him to remain kind to us.
How do you say that Lord Indra is the one causing rains, Father?
Of course it's Indra who's causing the rain, son. He is surely the reason for our good fortune. He's the god of the clouds and he rules them. So he is the one who has blessed us with good rain this year, he replied hesitantly to his son.
No, Father, refuted Krishna firmly. You are all mistaken. Govardhan Mountain is our real friend. More than the clouds above, the mountain in our village has helped us. The fertile mountain sends signals in the air and creates clouds that drift over Vrindavan and gives us rains. So whom should we praise and worship? Not Indra, but Govardhan.
Nanda and the other Gopalas at work gasped in surprise. How could Krishna dismiss Lord Indra, god of the clouds, and direct them to worship a mere mountain instead? This was the first time that they had heard about such a thing.
Yes, Father, continued the boy. Who gives us medicine in the form of magical herbs and plants? Who sends us clean water and air from the top of its peaks? And who gives us good grass for our cows so that they give us milk that's sweeter than honey? It's Govardhan. So why should we not worship the mountain? Krishna continued. It is wiser to give thanks to something which is right before us, rather than some deva who lives comfortably in the heavens.
Hearing Krishna's words, the Gopalas were totally convinced. They all agreed to worship Govardhan that year instead of Lord Indra. But Nanda was apprehensive, for he feared that their shifting of loyalty might incur the wrath of the god upon them. And his fear came true. Up in the skies, Lord Indra was listening to this conversation in anger and fury.
So that little cowherd boy has stopped the celebrations in my honor, he thought in indignation.
Lord Indra's pride was insulted by the Gopalas' decision to worship Govardhan instead of him. In his anger, he decided to punish the people of Vrindavan.
All these years, I have heard their plea and helped them to prosper, and this is what I get in return. It's time they know who the real God is here. I'll send the most dangerous rains and thunderstorms to Vrindavan. They will destroy the whole village of Vrindavan. Let them see who saves them then.
Using his divine powers, Lord Indra created clouds that seemed to be darker than the midnight sky. They looked devilish and fearsome.
Go and destroy Vrindavan, he ordered.
The clouds grouped together to form a menacing army of clouds and raced towards the village where Krishna and several innocent families lived.
This will be enough for them, thought Indra, and laughed aloud.
Ha 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 ha!
Meanwhile, after a delicious lunch, the people of Vrindavan were dozing in their homes. Suddenly they heard a terrible sound. Everybody was alarmed and came out of their homes. What they saw outside took their breath away. It was noon in Vrindavan, but nobody could say it was so. The whole village had become pitch dark. The sun was nowhere to be seen. Instead, black and terrible-looking clouds invaded the village. They enveloped the whole place in a thick mist, darkening the day, making it gloomy. The people of Vrindavan watched in fear and awe. They were spellbound. Nothing like this had ever happened in their lives. "Run!" they screamed in terror. And people started to run for their lives. They ran in all directions to save their family and belongings. But even escape seemed difficult for the Vrindavan people. The hard and blinding rain lashed over their faces. Nowhere could they take any shelter, for nothing seemed to be strong enough against this mighty cloudburst. The innocent and helpless people wailed in the face of such a calamity. They prayed for some divine help.
But the clouds were merciless. They now had the support of blinding lightning and loud thunder. Every now and then, lightning struck a fertile tree and destroyed it. Thunder rumbled through the ordeal, shaking people's nerves and panicking them. Nanda felt hopeless on seeing his people panic.
Do you see, son? This is no ordinary rainstorm. This seems to me to be a punishment for a transgression. It is difficult to escape the wrath of God. That is why we worship Lord Indra all these years, Krishna. Because we decided to ignore Lord Indra this year, he's punishing us. Now innocent people are suffering because of your idea. What do we do now?
Krishna looked at the skies. Ah, Indra, I understand your plan. You want to teach us a lesson, don't you? But first, you need one for yourself, and soon I will crush your ego. First, we need to focus on making the people see reason, Father. He walked to the center of the town using his most commanding voice. He called out, "Oh, people of Vrindavan, look at me. Do not run. Do not panic."
The Gopalas looked at Krishna miserably. They had known the boy for long. They knew he was not an ordinary mortal and possessed some mysterious powers. But what can the boy possibly do in such a situation? This is all our fault, somebody muttered. We insulted Indra, and now he's punishing us, continued another.
Yes, this is indeed an evil plot of Lord Indra, replied Krishna, looking at the man. But like before, Govardhan would help us once again. Come this way and I'll show you how.
He led them to the mountain. Krishna looked up and smiled at the clouds, and in a blink of the eye, he lifted Govardhan Mountain like an umbrella over the people. People forgot to breathe. A small boy had lifted a mountain on his little finger.
Up above, Indra was bewildered. How can a mere child lift a mountain? He thought. He hadn't ever seen such a feat achieved by anybody, leave alone a child. He then heard the sound of the voice of Brahma.
You should have understood it by now, but you did not. Pride and arrogance has clouded your common sense, Indra.
Lord Indra looked at the god of creation in confusion.
Don't you know that Krishna is a divine child? Continued Brahma. Aren't you aware that he is an incarnation of Lord Vishnu? Shame on you.
Indra was humbled and stopped the rains. As a sign of his apology, he ordered the clouds to shower rose petals from the skies. Then the applause began.
Every Gopala whooped in delight at their darling boy for his strength and wisdom. They now saw what a godly child lived amidst them. They composed songs in praise of the Lord, singing of this miraculous feat. Shouts of "Long live brave Krishna" seemed to echo everywhere.
I'd like to introduce the group who put this script together.
Hari Om, my name is Ananya.
Hari Om, my name is Mona.
Hari Om, my name is Achat.
My name's Milan.
Hari Om, my name is Reva.
Hari Om, my name is Sanvi.
Thank you so much for giving us your time.
Bye.
Don't go too far. We'll take a picture at the end with all the other students after the next act.
All right, that was a great performance. We had some last-minute challenges, so we had to pull a few of them for the script. And these kids actually did this in the last minute with not a lot of preparation, so we are so proud of them. And next we have the second part. Like Anu said, part of our curriculum, we had two syllabus, two books to cover, where Krishna Krishna was from chapter or canto 10 from Bhagavatam, as we know. And then we followed it with canto 11, which has the Avaduta Gita, which we learn about 24 teachers. So I'm going to request the 24 teachers to come on stage. We just have few teachers, not all of them.
And as they're coming up, I'm going to ask all the kids, I know that I know you're excited, but try to stay seated because we're trying to listen to the kids. And for the really young kids, I'm going to ask their teachers or parents to just try to calm them down. Because we want to extend the same level of respect to these students as we did to the younger ones.
Come to the front. Come, Shabba. Can you come to the front? You're right. You good? You good? Oh, they good. Perfect. Good. Everybody this way. No, I got one. It's good. Sanjana. Come on the way. Right there. Chasya. Okay, I think as part of the adult satsang, the parents and teachers are already doing Bhagavatam, and we know how hard this concept of 24 teachers is that we have actually on the slide. So, and we know what deep message these teachers have given as part of the conversation between Lord Krishna and Uddhava, where Lord Krishna tells the conversation between King Yadu and an Avaduta. So, this syllabus, we tried to explain it to kids, so that they can put them to daily use. But we really hope they will be able to understand the deeper meaning, as they progress further. So and we have 18 teachers here, so I'm going to call them one by one, and they'll just come and present. Sanjana.
Hello, my name is Sanjana. Can you guess which teacher I am? I represent Mother Earth. Values I learned from Mother Earth are patience, forgiveness, and determination. One way we can show gratitude to Mother Earth is by saying a shloka in the morning because she holds our weight every day. Another way we can appreciate Mother Earth is by recycling and not polluting her. Mother Earth gives us all the things we need to survive, like water and air. So we should respect her. Thank you.
Hariom, my name is Ikansh, and can you guess which teacher I am? No, I'm not a sumo. I represent air somehow, but the values I learned from air is to not get too attached to the wrong things. Air keeps moving and does not get stuck into one place or to one thing. In the same way, we should all observe things from a distance and not get too caught up into it, especially if it's bad. So if someone hurts my feelings, like they make a joke about my belly, I will be sad for a few minutes, but then I will learn to let go like air. Hariom, and thank you.
Hariom, my name is Ashita. Can you guess which teacher I am? I represent water. Values I learned from water are based on its qualities of being pure, clean, and sweet. I learned to use sweet and pleasant words while talking to others. I learned to be pure like water by not lying and only telling the truth. We all need water for many things, like drinking, cooking, and more. Water has so many different qualities that we can learn from. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Chasya. Can you guess which teacher I am? I represent fire. The values I learned from fire are to be brilliant, not attached, and accept everything within and without me. Fire accepts everything you put in it and doesn't get bigger. But you should not be greedy and overly acceptive. Thank you.
I do not know what happened. Hariom, my name is Sithara. Can you guess which teacher I am? I represent the sun. The value I learned from the sun is that how it has many reflections, but there is only one sun. Similarly, we all may appear as many, but there's only one God in us. This means we should treat others the way we want to be treated because God is in all of us. Here's a part of our Chinmaya Mission pledge that symbolizes this. We believe that the service of our country is the service to the Lord of the Lords, and the devotion to the people is the devotion to the Supreme Self. Thank you.
Hariom, my name is Leela. Can you guess what I am? I am a pigeon. Values I've learned from a pigeon are to not get overly attached. When we do, we lose control of ourselves. For example, if you are overly attached to a video game, it will be harder to do something else. That is when we have to learn to let go of attachment and put our mind towards something else. Thank you.
Hariom, my name is Prisha. Can you guess what teacher I am? I represent Python. Value learned from Python is to be content with what we have. A Python, once it's satisfied, doesn't even bother if a prey comes in front of it. Similarly, we may get a lot of candies at Halloween, but we should only eat a few and not overeat. I will also keep in mind that I should be happy and content with what I have and not worry about things I don't have. Thank you.
Hariom, can you guess which teacher I am? I represent the ocean. The values I learned from ocean is to have a balanced mind, not to get too overexcited with good news or depressed with bad news. An example is Lord Rama. He remained calm and balanced when King Dashrath decided to make him king of Ayodhya, but later, due to Keke, he had to send him on an exile to the forest for 14 years. In both situations, Lord Rama stayed in a balanced mind. I have learned not to be too anxious about my performances or school tests or things that make me too overexcited or depressed. Thank you.
Hariom, I'm Mihika. Can you guess which teacher I am? I represent a moth. The value I learned from the moth is to control my senses, especially the sense of sight. Moths are attracted to light, and that gets them into trouble several times. For example, I can learn from moth not to have too much screen time, and I'll also be aware when I see bad things so that they won't affect me. Thank you.
Hariom, my name is Archie. Can you guess which teacher I am? That's right, I represent Honeybee. The values I learned from Honeybee is to be gentle when we take from nature. Bees collect nectar from flowers without hurting them. When we take from nature, we should be gentle and not hurt the environment. We can do this by not wasting paper and by planting plants and or trees. If I see little animals by where I am playing, I will leave them alone because we are in their environment. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kiara. Can you guess what teacher I am? That's right. The values I learned from Elephant is to have control over my senses, especially the sense of touch. Another quality we learned about the elephant is how it is a great leader. In the forest, they move aside large trees and boulders to make a pathway for itself and other animals following them. We can learn to be a leader like the elephant, and we can also learn to be compassionate towards others and help them. Thank you.
Hariom, can you guess what teacher I am? Correct, I'm a deer. The values I learned from deer is to have sense control, especially the sense of hearing. The deer is always listening to positive and good things. If we listen, good things make us happy and encourage us. Bad things can make us sad and affect us. Another value I learned from deer is to be caring and protective of our family. Whenever a deer goes, it always goes with its family and never leaves them behind. Similarly, we should always care for our family and always protect them. Thank you.
Hariom. My name is Itash.
My name is Sharia.
Can you guess what teacher we are? That's right.
We're an eagle.
I'm an eagle.
A value I've learned from an eagle is that sometimes holding on does more damage than letting go.
Others' actions might hurt us, and we can't let their negative actions affect us. So we have to learn to let it go. I've learned to let go of toys and things that I have outgrown.
This could help children who are in need of it. Remember, don't let negative thoughts rule your brain. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hariom, my name is Syvern. Can you guess which teacher I am? I represent child. The value I learned from child is to live in the present and not to worry about the past or future. Well, I'm still a child, but I will remember this teacher as I grow up. I will learn to not let my past discourage me, nor let my future scare me. I will focus on my present and give my best to be a happy and successful person. Thank you.
Hario, my name is Vidish. Can you guess which teacher I am? For those of you who said Hunter, you are correct. The value I learned from a hunter is to have a focused mind. For example, when a hunter is hunting, he will need to have a clear and focused mind, or else he will not be successful on his hunt. In the same way, during our daily lives, we should be focused while taking tests, doing work, or practicing for something. Thank you.
Hario, my name is Sharva. If you haven't already guessed, can you guess which teacher I am? That's right! I represent a spider. We learned that a spider is an animal most closely related to God because it possesses these qualities. Like Lord Brahma, the spider creates its web by itself. Like Lord Vishnu, the spider preserves and takes care of its web. Finally, like Lord Shiva, the spider destroys its web and creates it somewhere else. Similar to God, the spider doesn't require materials from anywhere else to live its life. We can relate this by being responsible and getting out our things, taking care of them, and then putting them away when we are done using them. Thank you.
Hario, my name is Shruti. Can you guess which teacher I am? Correct. I'm a butterfly. The values we learn from butterflies is that we all become what we think of. A caterpillar goes into its cocoon thinking about its transformation. When it has come out, it has transformed into a beautiful butterfly. For example, if we fill our minds with positive thoughts, we will be a happy person. In the same way, if we fill our minds with complaints and negative thoughts, we will be unhappy. Here is a part of our Chinmaya Mission pledge that supports this learning. Ever ready to fight against all low tendencies and false values within and without us. Thank you.
I would like to request these children to just, spin and turn around because the parents and they have really worked hard in, dressing up as each of the teachers here. So just go around and spin. And now I would like to also request the Krishna Krishna students on stage. Yes, and the few props that you already saw on stage, the Govardhanagiri mountain and those two cows, they were made by our students, Shaurya and Mona. So they were like the moment, and Sanvi, I'm sorry. And the moment we planned for this, they just brought it the next class without even, a reminder. We were like totally surprised when we saw that. So we really want to appreciate this batch. I mean, this is a big group, and we have 3 more children who were not able to join us due to other conflict. Meet Tanya and Arav. So we miss them on stage badly, and we would like to thank the children, the parents, for your time. This class has been consistent. We really didn't have much, problem at all, except for spring break and a couple of recitals recently. And very curious batch, a lot of discussion, and from the presentation you could have seen that, these children have these scripts and, a lot of ideas. It was very hard to explain some of the teachers, but they really applied it, and we used to give homework, just asking them, how did you reflect over the week, and they come back. So thank you to the parents again for bringing them, and thanks, we'd like to thank the Chinmaya Mission, the group also for giving us a chance, and I enjoyed seriously teaching. It was like a recap for myself, learning about these teachers. Hariom, thank you.
Let's do a quick picture. I need everyone to just clump together a little bit. Don't get caught behind the air.